Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a fun topic to talk about, and that is President Donald Trump sending a direct message about unleashing the raw power of the United States military. Before we get into all of that and much more, make sure to like and subscribe, comment with your thoughts below. And for those of you watching this video for the first time, seeing one of my videos for the first time, allow me to introduce myself. My name is David Hookstead. I'm a big fan of politics, history, military history. We cover all of that stuff and much more with a fresh spin on it all that you won't hear elsewhere. So that's what we're going to do today with Trump's latest comments about using military power as fears of a war in the Middle East and elsewhere mount. Now, let's get into it. President Donald Trump is currently in the Middle East visiting Saudi Arabia, which he already visited, Qatar. He's going to go to a few other places. He's visiting bases, meeting with leaders, doing a lot of very interesting stuff. And this is happening with the backdrop of fears over a potential military strike on Iran, which, as we've discussed at length on this channel, the Israelis are pushing for, but President Donald Trump is doing everything in his power to reach a peaceful resolution in the Middle East, reach a diplomatic resolution with the Iranians so that we don't have to go in with B-2 stealth bombers, bomb them, and then potentially risk sparking a wider regional conflict. However, if the United States has to use military power, it's important to remember this. The United States has the most badass, powerful military in the history of the world. There is nothing on the planet that comes close to it. There might be people who want to name some other country, but at the end of the day, we have weapons and tools and the men and women who have the best training and equipment money can buy. And if they have to get unleashed, it'll be absolutely devastating for whoever they're aimed at, whoever they're going after. That is just the fact of the matter. There is no way around it. And that's what we love so much about the U.S. military. And Trump, President Trump, summed that up with some very blunt thoughts, some very direct thoughts while in Qatar speaking to the troops. Let's go ahead and roll that video right now.
As president, my priority is to end conflicts, not start them, but I will never hesitate to wield American power if it's necessary to defend the United States of America or our partners. And this is one of our great partners right here. When we're threatened, America's military will answer our enemies without even thinking about it. We have overwhelming strength and devastating force. And we had people that didn't like to talk about that. You know, they didn't want to talk about the level of quality that we have. They didn't want to talk about anything. We're going to have a big parade this year, you know, in Washington, D.C., a real parade. And I'll tell you just a little story.
That right there was President Donald Trump making it crystal clear that while we are a peaceful people, we are a nation that does not want conflict. Everything we do, hopefully, is to avoid conflict. If we have to get into a hot war, if we have to get into a situation where bullets are flying, bombs are dropping, missiles are being launched, Navy ships are firing at the enemy, we are going to hit you so hard. We are going to knock you in the teeth. We are going to punch you in the nose. We are going to knock you out with a level of devastation and a level of force that the world is simply not ready for. And let's go over a few ways that the United States military is capable of just dominating the rest of the world. Number one, air power. Our Air Force and our Navy and our Marine Corps and our Army have more air power than any country on the planet, and it's not close. We have more stealth fighters, more bombers. We have 21 B-2 stealth bombers. You know how many the rest of the world has combined? Zero. Not a single one. We also have the B-21 Raider, which is the next generation stealth bomber. We have at least one currently. They believe there's more on the way. Again, the rest of the world doesn't even have a single one. The Chinese are trying to build a stealth bomber. The year's 2025. They still haven't figured out what we figured out decades ago. The Russians are doing the same thing. They haven't figured out what we figured out decades ago. It's kind of crazy that our technology gap is so big when it comes to aircraft, stealth aircraft, and those planes can be deployed around the world at any point in time, whenever we need them, wherever we need them. We saw that with the deployment of B-2s to Diego Garcia. So that's number one. You've got air power. Number two, the Navy. The United States Navy has 11 aircraft carriers. We have more submarines of a high level than the rest of the world combined. China, Russia, they've got submarines. Other countries have submarines, but they don't have the stealth submarines we have. We can hunt and find people with our attack submarines and obliterate another country's navy without a second thought. Our boomers, the ones with the nuclear missiles, they can be hidden anywhere in the world and they can hit that switch. And when it comes time to do serious damage, they are more than ready. They are armed. And when the message from the president comes down to strike, which is their main job, deterrence or the release of nuclear weapons, they stand by ready to defend us and guarantee the United States a secure second strike, which is 100% necessary for a full nuclear deterrent. If you only have silos, or you only have mobile launchers, or you don't have the submarines, or you only have planes, whatever it might be, you might not have that second strike. The United States has the triad, as do a couple other countries, and Russia is rapidly trying to expand what they have. But we're still so far ahead of the rest of the world, it's comical. And then third, what sets our military apart from everyone else? It is our special operations. It is the Army Rangers. It is Delta Force. It is the United States Navy SEALs. It is the Green Berets. It is MARSOC. We spend more money on training our guys, our operators, not just training, but we're talking about the equipment they have access to, the weapons they have access to, the intel agencies that exist to support them, the pilots that exist to support them. Our special operations community is so far ahead of the rest of the world, it's hard to even explain what that gap is. Take, for example, a country like Russia. One or two good special operations unit. They got, what is it called, Alpha Group, and they got the Spetsnaz. You take the Israelis, they got one or two. You take the Chinese, their special operations have never been tested. You do have the SBS and the SAS in England. You got Joint Task Force 2 up in Canada. I've interviewed some of those guys before, great guys. But at the end of the day, there's just more Americans. Our special operations world sphere is way bigger, way better funded, and those guys are way more lethal than anyone else on the planet. And that's why when you look at the history of clandestine operations or high risk, high value target hits, it's always bad news for the bad guys. And if President Donald Trump, just like he did against the head of ISIS with Baghdadi, if he sets those guys on you, it's game over. You're leaving in a body bag, and there's no question about it. I really want to make sure you guys understand, and comment below with what you think the best part of our military is. I want you guys to understand that when Trump says that we can unleash devastating, overwhelming force, he is not playing around. That is not a game. He is not joking. He is dead serious, and everything he talks about is deadly serious. If the United States military decides we are going to strike, we are going to hit, we are going to take the gloves off and go after them, there's nobody on this planet capable of stopping us. That's just the fact of the matter. People can disagree with it. People might not like it. But our military will kick your ass if and when the time comes. That's a guarantee you can take to the bank. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the United States military and President Trump vowing to destroy anyone who gets in our way. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when a new video is coming. And as always, I'll see you all next time.